Hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We are playing some more Perils and Princesses, Just Dessert, our version of the Sweet Revenge campaign that is just getting shipped out. Some people have gotten their orders. I'm very jealous of them, and I'm going to talk about it because I haven't gotten mine yet, but it should be in the mail. Fingers crossed. We are unfortunately missing Aaron today. He is let's see here, what silly thing could have happened to Aaron? He decided he wanted to be a true princess, so he's gone to take over a castle. We expect him to be done within the week, as it is Aaron. There'll be a few murders, but traditional sort of castle takeover. Are you going to disturb? Or are you doing your
is it murder?
No. Say traitor like how you want to say it.
Murder.
Yeah, there we
go. God, I love it. I haven't started watching the season yet, though, so I'm waiting for it to finish. Then we're going to montage the hell out of that stuff.
But yeah, we're playing Perils and Princesses, which uses a D20 roll under system, same as Dragon's Bane, and then with some fun D4 sort of teamwork mechanics that you can use for your health or you can use to help your friends, and a D6 fun times for a gift dice with everybody's magical abilities, because everybody gets a fairy godmother in this game. Last time, our lovely princesses essentially were created. And they started their quest into the Tanglewood Forest. They found that as they traveled, the air was denser and denser with this sort of sunny syrup that stuck to their skin. And then they were unfortunately attacked by a rather large dark chocolate knight on a white chocolate steed. They actually did manage to get away from him, charging through the forest. Lady Lagolla, okay, how do you say your last name?
Yes, Lagolla
Lathington did manage to melt the face off of the white chocolate horse. Letty of Jade Peak yeah, that is you, Jeff. Managed to navigate you guys back to the road once a rather large wolf intercepted, and Adelaide of Gentle Falls made a lot of noise, which also kind of helped to attract the rather large wolf with some torn fabric attached to them, leaving these two to fight it out and finding a safe sort of trunk of a tree to sleep in. You recall seeing a beautiful white raven that just kind of perched on your tree before you fell asleep. When you woke up, you managed to sort of start on your way back to Deer Hollow, but heard the cries of a young boy just off in the woods, just a little bit. And currently that is where we find three of our princesses. Our fourth princess is currently a pile of sticks and twigs, not having brought themselves up together in the morning yet, that somebody is probably carrying in their backpack. So
of course we remembered to do that. Yes, we did.
Yeah, somebody remembered to do that because I'm telling you, you did. So let's start off first because I believe we've now had a week. So Adelaide and Lady Lagolla should in theory have a description now. So let's start out with a little introduction. Tell me about what your princess is wearing, what your gift is, and give me what style of shoe you're wearing today. Let's start with Letty of Jade Peak.
You totally threw me for a loop because you said the two of them were going to describe it, and then you realized you were going to throw it to me. Okay,
Jeff, if you would like, I can make Melissa.
No. I'm ready.
Okay.
I did my work last week, so I know. Right. So Letty is a relatively tall woman who, with sort of thick, broad shoulders. The most revealing thing about her is that her skin is very mottled and patchwork. There are huge sections and swaths of it that actually just look like the texture of like gray rock and stone. And occasionally you can see some like veins coming through that have the color of jade. She wears like light armor, She has a hood that she puts over top of her head, so she kind of is dressed more like a pilgrim than a princess. Excuse me. And she has like adorned and hanging from her in certain places, like chunks of rock and stone and gem. None of it's like refined. All of it's kind of very crude. And she carries a large, like petrified wood staff. So it's kind of got that rocky feel to it. And her shoes, I mean, she wears boots. She wears like proper climbing boots and whatnot. She's a mountain climber. She is not just a mountain climber, mountain communicator. She talks to them and they talk back. That's great.
Very good. I'm glad for you and your relations with the mountains.
All right, that's great.
All right. Adelaide, can we hear finally what you look like? Could give me a bit of your gift, and what shoes are you wearing?
Yeah, so Adelaide of Gentle Falls, her gift is Healing Touch. So to look at her, she is always looks sort of very dewy. So she sort of has that look, that sometimes people spend lots of money to try to get, sort of that dewy, kind of water kissed sort of look to her. One of the things that kind of people first notice about her is sort of this smile, that she's kind of very friendly and, kind of has this big smile. What one would notice on closer inspection, glistens. Thank you, Ashley. That is the word that I was looking for that just wasn't coming. Glistens.
You just have a layer of water. I got it.
So you notice sort of this mischievous kind of broad smile, but looking at her more closely, what you would actually see is that this kind of smile is actually sort of made of like berries. And so some of what she's doing when she's kind of healing people is that she's actually sort of like using those berries as kind of part of the healing. And so that's kind of how that works. There's like, she has to like kind of drink this special brew that sort of helps her to kind of sprout all of these things. So like a lot of the healing has to do with kind of different parts of her. Cause like when she levels up, it's like tears or bits of hair or different things like that. So a lot of it's sort of giving that of herself. And her shoes that she's wearing, it's those like, and I'm thinking it's usually like girls that have them, but they're like the gel filled, like kind of slipper sandal things, but they have like sort of like the sparkly like gel inside of them. So that's the shoes that she's wearing.
All right, very good. Very, very 90s shoes. I think I remember those guys. Very good. Thank you. And Lady Lagolla, whose name I am going to continue to struggle with. Let's see what I noticed that you sent a few Pinterest boards, I believe. Let's
Yes.
hear your description.
Yes, and I had help from Ashley on that to make sure I got it down right. So Lady Lagolla, she has a black cloak on, and if she chooses to wear the hood up, it resembles like the beak of a raven, and then on the back has what looks like folded up bird wings, and of course it's trimmed in silver. She has an onyx diadem with an opal stone in the center of it. She's on the shorter side. She's like 5'6", 5'7", somewhere in there. Dark chestnut hair, emerald green eyes. A skirt hike, of course, and a corset that is also shaped like a raven, fanning its wings out, which is super cool. And she, of course, is wearing hiking boots for practicality.
Very good. Yes, so we've got 2 hiking boots and some 90s glitter sneakers. All right. So that is our princesses. Now, as you find yourselves in this early dawn, you have sort of the light stick that now you are familiar with. And you do hear this young boy crying. You can choose to continue down the road and ignore said child, because you do know that Deer Hollow is just ahead, or you can go see what's happening. Up to you.
We
so
must
there's a
investigate,
little
right?
boy. Yeah. Okay.
You hear the cries of a child.
Letty wants to see if he could, if she can see like what might be befalling the boy. Nervous that it might be that thing come back to that we were fighting last time.
Oh, so we're worried about the night. Let's give me a seeing. Give me just a wits check. Let's see how deep into the woods you can see.
That's a 3 under 15. It should be a success, I think.
Very good. So as you kind of look off the road towards this patch of trees that you believe is covering whatever is happening, you see sort of a bright orange a little further up in the tree. You're not quite sure. You can't get a good grip on or a good look through the trees on what's there. But there's something a little bit orange up in the tree. And then you see large sort of sweeping motions of something wide and brown. Not the right like dark chocolate that you remember the night being, but furry and more of a light brown, one might say teddy bear color brown.
Okay, and so that's what's like scaring the kid? Like that's what meaning
from
like,
what
I'm
you can
like,
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that's what's scaring the kid or if that's what's making the sound.
That seems to be what the sound is coming. The sound comes from the weird orange thing in the tree.
Okay, that's what I thought. And so Letty will point up. It's like, and I've decided just on the whim, like, up there, there's something yelling at it. And she like points with her staff towards this orange teddy bear that she sees in the tree.
As Letty points this out to all of you, you guys hear the cracking of the tree as something very big, very heavy, and potentially very angry hits it hard. You think this tree or this branch, large part of it, seems to be breaking.
Oh dear. Adelaide will go in her bag and she has some trail feed, so she wants to see if maybe she can kind of lure this away from where the bear is. So wants to try to throw some food.
You do need to enter the woods a little bit to get close to it. Right now, throwing the food, you would need to, he is maybe, oh God, I was going to say he's maybe 4 meters into the woods.
Kind of nonsense is that?
Maybe like 12 feet into the woods in American. So you're a little far away for just throwing the food. If you make noise to try to attract him, that might work. Or if you get closer, you can try some more animal handling.
So Adelaide would move in a little bit closer and try to see what she can do to lure this animal away a little bit.
Oh yeah, sorry, Derek, go for it. I saw.
I was going to ask, because one of my innate abilities is to speak with animals and intuit their feelings, but it doesn't give a range on it. So can I just do that to help? Because we're...
Yeah, I'm going to say at least line of sight here. Right now, you're a little far away, but in terms of intuit its feelings, I think at least line of sight is fair. You can kind of get a little bit of a visual on it. So I'm going to give you a disadvantage. I'll allow you to roll at disadvantage, or you can try to get closer first.
I don't mind trying to get closer.
Mm-hmm. All right, as Adelaide and Lagolla sort of sneak a little bit further up, Letty standing alone by herself.
Follow, but like somewhat at a distance, just kind of keeping an eye around, just sort of looking here and there, making sure this isn't some sort of setup.
Very good. As you guys start to move in a little bit closer, and maybe not in what you realize is a small clearing just off to the side of the road. Maybe it was where people would set up camp some time ago. It doesn't look like it has had a fire in it for a while. But what you do see is a rather large grizzly bear with these large sort of gummy pustules growing all over its body, and they're, as you watch, growing larger, exploding, and leaving this sort of hollowed out section of the bear before another one starts to pulse and push its way up out of that same hole. And you see these cycling through right across its back and downwards. This does appear to be a very cursed grizzly bear. And then looking up, you see a small boy with bright orange hair, wearing just sort of like a little green jumpsuit, like a little small German child, very stereotypical. And he's screaming, "Help, help, 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 help." And if you'd like, I believe, okay, so two people, Lady Lagolla, you wanted to try to make a roll for getting sort of a sense of its emotions?
Yeah, and if I can talk, so I can speak with animals and intuit their feelings. So I guess I'd see what mood it's in, and then from that I want to see if I can say something.
Sure, and then Adelaide, what were you looking to do? Or just get a look?
Adelaide is wanting to see if she can, knowing what Lagolla is going to do, she'll kind of just be in her bag, getting kind of the food ready,
Yes.
and then kind of get the result of kind of what he's looking at, so that she can kind of make some calls, get some food out, or do whatever. But she'll kind of pend the result of her search.
All right. So, Derek, is this one of your gift dice that needs a D6 to use? Hold on.
No, it says innate ability, use anytime.
Okay. Then roll me a D20. Your innate abilities, let me see here. Wild Heart. Okay, so yes. Oh, no, you can just do it. You don't need to roll for it. Right. So you can innately kind of sense their feeling. This thing, as you kind of, how would you view your ability? Like, would you see it as a sort of a mental reaching out to this bear? Would you see it as a sort of, like, how would you intuit it? Would it be more like just your innate knowledge of animals?
Yeah, I would say it's like it kind of looks like I'm doing just like meditation minus the like kneeling or sitting or something. Like I just close my eyes, slow my breathing, and then it is a combination of just knowing the general behavior of animals, and then kind of it's like it becomes a picture in my mind, since language is something only people have as far as I know. Well, I don't know this universe. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. No, it's okay. As a wild heart, I'm gonna fill in some blanks for you. You have actually had conversations with animals. They are capable of speech, specifically with you. You have to kind of talk their language, be that squirrel or bear.
Right.
But you can definitely communicate with them and get information and rumors. As you kind of sort of set your mind to what this bear might be feeling, and you've probably spoken with bears before, they're not too uncommon, but this is a grizzly. Maybe you're used to some more of the like the littler black bears or the little brown bears. As you kind of reach out and connect with this thing, sort of sensing the animal in yourself, it's like your stomach falls out and there's just this black hole of anger, of just emptiness that's trying to fill itself, and instead you feel it like it's stretching the insides of you and pushing out your rib cage and flesh, and it's like it's gnawing like a living creature. There is something wrong with this bear. And you're not sure you would be able to communicate with it like you could a normal bear.
With my intuition, would I at least know that that this bear at some level can or would follow, I guess, like its instinctual habits? Like I'm thinking like with the trail food, like would it still, if it's trying to fill itself, would it still go off of its natural instincts?
Ooh, that is a good question. I'm going to say you guys have to experiment to learn the answer to this one. There is an answer.
Yes, well, this one is rather disagreeable. It's just anger in there, I'm afraid, after trying to speak with it.
Well, maybe it's just hangry. Maybe I can give it some food, and then maybe that will help.
You might try.
All right, Adelaide. How are you going to try? What specifically is in this trail mix?
I'm gonna say that the trail feed would include something that has a little bit of scent to it, maybe. So it's got some kind of nuts and berries and those kinds of things that if I kind of crush some of the berries up, that it would kind of have a smell to it.
Okay. All right. So you can sort of discard a rations for this trail mix, and you can, I suppose, give me. You have animal handling as a talent, I believe.
I have animal husbandry, which is a little different than.
I'll allow it.
It's in the realm of doing things with animals.
It has animals in it. So with advantage, give me I'm going to call this one wits, but I'm willing to be persuaded to something else if you want. Nope. Okay.
No, wits is my best. I will take wits all day. All right. Because of the advantage, appreciate that as a 4.
Very good. So as you kind of like crush these berries up and you toss them close to the bear to try to distract him, and you kind of go maybe like a whistle or some sort of animal sound to try to attract him with your animal husbandry. You see he, with your 3 or 4, he kind of like stops and he sniffs. And he looks down, and then you see him pick up one of his legs, and he crushes the berries and food with a bottom paw before turning towards you guys. And Lagolla, with your sort of animal senses kind of already attuned to him, you hear just sugar. And I need you guys to roll me a wits, as he is going to try to engage with you. Now, how combat works is we're all going to roll wits. If you succeed on your wits check, that means you go first. And if you fail, it means you go after, in this case, the bear. What do... Yes.
18 over 12.
Oh, all right. So you were after the bear. Jeff?
7 under 15.
Nice.
So that's
nice.
Success.
And Derek?
I got a 9 under 10.
All right, so only Melissa goes after the bear. So Jeff and Derek, since both of you succeeded in your wits check, that means you get an action. So you can move and act. You do also get a reaction. Now, reaction is usually where you're using your gift dice to try to help nudge somebody else's roll, and that can be at any point. Melissa, you can use that even before your turn. But for now, you get an action and a movement. And you guys both succeeded, so you can choose the order if somebody has a plan.
You're closer, Lagolla, if you wanted to go.
I was going to say, so as a free action, would I be able to mention that it's only, I guess, the thought or response is the growling of sugar?
Sure. That is a quick thing to say. Gonna give that to you. No problem.
Okay, yeah. So then she'll just say, like, so it appears it has insatiable hunger, and it's only thinking of sugar. If you happen to have any on you, I do not. So I think what I'd like to do is find a sturdy-looking tree. So the kid's up in the tree, right?
Yes.
So I'd like to find a different tree and then climb up that. And also, like, before I climb up the tree, get like a stone from the ground and try to get the bear's attention so that it comes after me. Because it's facing all of us, right?
Yep. Yes, it is. All right. So if you want to do that, your action is going to be a grace check.
You muted.
Yes, I did just mute myself. I hit my keyboard. just a grace check to try to climb the tree is going to be your action then.
Okay, one thing I want to check is I have another innate ability for natural climber, but this says you have advantage on any virtue tests involving climbing or tricky terrain.
Then to climb the tree, you have advantage on your grace check.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, right. Sorry. Right. So,
All good. This is our tutorial combat, if you will. Potential combat. You don't have to fight.
Or
if you can think of
negotiate.
a different thing.
yeah,
We'll
I
give him the
climbed the
kid.
tree. I rolled a 2, so I think I'm good.
Yes. You are in the Tanglewood Forest, surrounded by trees. There's plenty with sturdy branches near the bottom and sturdier branches to hold on to near the top as well. If you want to get up there, that is an easy enough thing to do in this location. Jeff.
Okay. So Letty, first being horrified that Lagolla is going to pick up a stone and throw. So how could you do that to my friend? That's Steve. So Letty, oh God. And then she's going to like kneel down, put her hand on the earth, and she's going to whisper something into it. And then what she's going to attempt to do, she's using her level 1 special ability shape. And so I'm gonna dump 2 of my gift dice into this, which is gonna. So I'm gonna try. So basically, I can manipulate an amount of an element that fits my element, which is Earth, within a dice times 5 cubic feet and form it into specific shapes. So I'm gonna try to like create like a big cavern underneath it, so it falls into a hole.
Okay.
And so I'm burning 2 of my gift dice.
One little mark here. Right now, you guys are level 1. You have 1 gift dice. At level 2, you'll get 2 gift dice.
Good call. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just do that.
That being said, you burn or don't burn it based on your roll. So if you get 1, 2, and 3, you actually get to keep your dice for another roll.
Right.
4, 5, and 6, that is done until a long rest.
Okay, so that's a 4. So it's done until a long rest, but it's a 4. So basically, it's 20 cubic feet, and I can form it into specific shapes. So
all right.
I want to essentially kind of sort of funnel it out underneath him and it kind of basically just encapsulate him, just shape it around him, so it's kind of like burying him down in the space that's removing.
Sure. And with this ability, let me see here. Do I get a save against it? It said.
No, there's no save. It's really
no
just
save?
like how like, I mean, if you want to save, obviously,
fair enough.
But there's nothing built into it. No.
Bury the bear with berries.
Yeah, I can form. Basically, I can manipulate an amount of my element. So I'm manipulating 20 cubic feet of earth, and
Yes.
I'm sort of.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so I'm trying to. Maybe I'm just creating it into a big U, and I want him to fall down into the bottom of the U as the walls come up around him. Maybe it's more like that as opposed to a
I've
hole.
definitely done that anytime I played an Earthbender style character as well. All right. I am going to give the bear a save against this, but if it succeeds, you've essentially ended the combat for now, because that's a pretty deep hole for him to fall into. So what the save for a monster is essentially each creature doesn't get grace, wit, and resolve. They actually get just 1, which is save. And I rolled a 14, which is too high. This bear only has a save of 8. So as you guys watch as Letty sort of creates this whole sort of attuning herself to nature and the earth itself, you see the bear start to slip down as he takes another heavy step forward, more of these sort of candy, gummy pustules popping and spraying around in the air. And he realizes the ground is soft and starts to cave in, and he goes with a heavy paw to try to grab the corner of it, just not able to hold his own weight, and it drags these massive claw marks down, and you hear him just screaming in this hole. And Lagolla, specifically, you can tell he's just screaming about sugar and trying to consume. But for now, you have him contained. You feel like after a certain period of time, he may escape, For now, he's down there. You have an opportunity. Melissa, I am going to give you an action in this moment, as you were not able to do so before, if you wanted to do something.
Yeah, so I would say that she's going to kind of look over to Letty and just like her always big smile just gets kind of a little bit bigger as she's like, that was great. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Thank you. It's not the first time I've faced off against a bear. And she's going to hold up because she has a bear claw necklace. So, but the good climbers we shouldn't take too long.
Oh, okay. I'll go grab our young lost one.
I've already got him as I can climb.
That's a tree. That's not a boy. That's a branch you're holding on to. I've got Gallicrow.
You are in the wrong tree.
I'm leaving a crossland.
Ooh, do you want to give me a grace check? We'll say, yeah, I'm not giving you advantage for this because this isn't climbing, this is leaping.
All right, that's 8 under 13.
You guys, Adelaide and Letty, sort of standing next to this hole with this screaming bear. You feel the vibrations as he's hitting the side of it. Watch as a graceful Lady Lagolla, who could have failed this roll and maybe fallen into a hole, instead jumps across the clearing from one large tree to another, landing deftly next to this small boy. And Lady Lagolla, as you kind of get close to him, you can see sort of this bright red hair, but you also get the strong sense of gingerbread as you get close to him. Help! Who are you?
Not to be afraid. Climb onto my back and hold on tight without choking me, and I will climb us down.
I don't talk to strangers.
That's all well and good, but you need to come down from this tall place before you are hurt. You can stop talking to me once we're on the ground.
Give me just a grace check, social graces.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 19.
No! And he starts to try to scamper away from you. I don't like you!
Adelaide, he exhausts me.
Oh, Adelaide is
You're
not
mean.
the graceful one.
This is not moving quickly. The bear's gonna climb out. Come, boy, come down. Well, he's not. I don't like her either, but she's better than a bear. Come.
Sure, Letty, give me another graces roll to see if you can convince him to come down.
Oh, God. That's not... Actually, I'm okay. 10. It's 50-50 chance. Here we go.
Better than Adelaide's.
That is a 7. Look at that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a 1. That is a 1.
Ooh.
So Lady Lagolla, as he kind of glowers at you, you see him just do that kid thing where they hang off of a large branch. Their little legs dangling before they sort of just kind of slop their way down a tree.
Careful now. You don't want to fall into the pit. Come with us. Come with us.
Okay. I'm Rory. What's your name? I don't know you.
I'm Letty of Jake Peak, and that's my friend Adelaide. And this bundle of sticks is up. Well, we don't need to get into that. I don't want to scare you. But she's very she's big, but she's very kind of soft spoken at the same time. She doesn't like to talk too loud. And I think it has because she's got all that stuff on her neck and everything kind of growing up her face.
You have rocks in your face.
I do. They're my friends. They saved me, so I'll carry them around to remember.
Rocks?
I do. They're very they're very conversational. They take a while to respond. Most people aren't patient enough to talk to them.
That's a little boring. I'm Rory. I'm Rory Foster from Deer Hollow. If we're giving titles, I have a title too. I'm Deer Hollow.
You're Deer Hollow. Okay, well,
yeah.
Rory of Deer Hollow, could we scamper away from the angry bear that's going to climb out of the pit any moment and eat you?
Yeah, but I want have you seen my dog? He's like this big, and he barks, and he's like a brown color. One might call it chocolate.
We did see a chocolate lab, yes.
Oh, great. You can get me my dog.
Like, theoretically, we could. Okay. Well, why don't we walk away from this pit with the angry bear that's going to climb out of it at any moment, and we can talk about this at a distance.
You especially feel the vibrations as this bear just slams itself repeatedly into the side of this tunnel.
The bear's hurting the earth. Oh God! It's
And she just keeps hearing, not just that, but she hears like these tiny little screams of every little speck of earth that's being like smashed because she just controlled it. So I like to think she's hearing them all just like in unison going, "Ow, ow."
Letty, my dear, how do you feel during an earthquake? I don't understand.
Oh God, why would you bring up something like that at this instant? What, you're cruel, Lagolla. Come on, let's go. Oh, come on, this way, this way.
Okay. No, the village is that way.
Fine, we go that way, as long as the bear is not near us. Everyone count to 300, and then we can stop and talk, okay?
Okay, I can do that. I can count.
Also, there we go. I forgot to post that earlier. But there you go. We have a little bit of artwork for that scene, so I just wanted to pop that up for the players. Actually, Aaron's.
Pop that's
up. In the middle. It's right below me.
That's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. So it's sort of Rory starts to run ahead and then runs back to you guys and then runs ahead again. We have to go back to the village. I'm like the last kid left, and my dad's gonna be really angry at me.
Okay, I said count to 300. Okay, come on. We'll walk it and talking. We'll walk it and talking.
I'm going. You're slow.
47.
So your last kid, like what happened to all the other kids as we walk and talk? Let's go.
So as you guys start
53.
You don't have
Adelaide
to count out
counts literally.
Of course.
So as you guys start to walk towards Deer Hollow, this sort of very energetic kid, and when he gets close to Letty and Adelaide, you guys also get that strong sense of gingerbread. And as you kind of like watch him running around, you actually see sort of bits and flakes of maybe sugar and ginger kind of like flake off of him and fall. And he starts to talk to you guys about sort of like these really random events, and it seems a bit disjointed without context, but he'll say things like, so the dark chocolate night, like maybe a year, his time, maybe 2 year ago, anyway, he ate me and a bunch of kids, and then Celine came and she rescued us, and then we all
She's
were
lovely.
happy.
She's got a lovely singing voice.
I think that might be a reference that I'm too young for. That's definitely like, sure.
You seem very knowledgeable for your age, so I just assumed, sorry. And you met her, so, you know.
She's the town guard, and she like is super badass, but she disappeared and like turned into a bunch of little black flakes.
Young man.
And I'm allowed to swear because I'm the last kid left and all the adults do it.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, we'll ask when we get there, and we'll see what they say. Especially your dad. We'll ask your dad, and we'll say, hi, Father of Rory.
No.
Papa Rory, is it okay for your son to say badass? Is that okay? And then we'll see what your pa has to say about that.
He's totally gonna say yes.
Okay, well, then you've got nothing to worry about then, do you?
I don't.
Okay,
But yeah,
well, I'm
everybody
glad you're
turned
not
into
worried.
candy, and like and he'll kind of like point off to the side towards the board. Like if you look over there, you see all those like gumdrops and like some of those little marshmallows that's dirty and mostly eaten. Yeah, those were all the animals in the forest. And that's like what everybody's becoming. And then the rats come and eat you, and like that totally is like full death.
And this has been happening for like 2 years?
No, that was after. So there was like a really evil lady who came. Well, she was here for like years and years and years and years. But then she came to our village one day and had the dark chocolate night. Like they ate us, and then we were rescued. And like she was the one that said, "Oh, you guys are all. I'm gonna curse you" or something like that. And then everybody turned to candy.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I think I followed that. So, you folk you were cursed by this evil lady, okay? And
yeah, she wanted to like take all the kids.
Oh, and why didn't she take you? Because
she did.
Oh, and so you got rescued, but none of the other kids got rescued?
Oh no, they did, but then they got turned into candy and are in the glass cabinets now.
Okay, sure, glass cabinets. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm. And so as he keeps like just talking about these events, you guys see Deer Hollow in the distance. That is an area I actually have a lovely little map for. Let me see here. Debate.
183, 184, 185.
Lagolla just took an extra pair of her socks and just put them into her ears, and she's just writing in her leather-bound diary.
Oh, that's nice. Just leave me with the kid. Okay.
Oh, great. Glass cabinets. Oh, yeah, you're the best kid ever. Sure, that's why you got
I am the best kid ever.
No, I agree. You're so good. You're just the greatest. I can't wait to talk to you, Paul.
I know I am. Like my dad tells me all the time I'm the bestest boy.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay, so how does your dog come into play?
So my dog is like super cool, and I love him a lot, and like he ran off into the woods, and I need to go get him back.
That's so peculiar. It's so strange that you would love the dog so much, and you're the best at everything, and yet the dog ran away. It must be the curse, is what it is.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's gotta be.
Because he loves me too.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Oh, we're agreeing.
And Brownie. His name is Brownie, and he's the best.
Okay. Wow.
Brownie is the best. What kind of things does Brownie like to snack on? And so like Adelaide will kind of take out kind of her little trail. Oh, anything in here that Brownie might like to eat?
Yeah, he's a chocolate lab, so he eats like everything and we have to like stop him or he becomes like a ball himself. Because he's a lab, and labs like to eat a lot. Did you know that? And so
I do now. Thank you for that.
But I think he's still okay. So he should eat everything. But when they're not okay, then they only eat candy. But the problem is that the candy is maybe people, so you have to be careful.
Well, we definitely don't want Brownie accidentally eating any people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or intentionally eating people.
He should only eat the best, right?
Oh God! What happened to Lagolla? Oh God!
Why did you disappear?
What evil sorcery is this?
Oh. All right.
Sorry.
So as you guys continue to try to push towards traumatizing this poor annoying child,
so that's not at all what's happening.
Sure. You reach the end of the path. Sorry, Melissa, go.
Adelaide will try to see if she can kind of put some kind of snacks out for Brownie if he does happen to be around.
Mm-hmm.
So like while Letty kind of keeps Rory occupied, she'll kind of try to do a little serpentine to the left and to the right of, kind of our walking path. And then see if she can, kind of call.
You don't hear any response. Give me a wits animal. I'll give you advantage. Give me sort of a wits on sort of this.
Oh no. Nope. That's a 17 and an 18.
You don't hear anything, and you don't know why you don't hear anything at this time.
Adelaide, my dear, I appreciate your attempts. That's not how you call a dog. You're just kind of making seal sounds.
Oh, you don't say their name? I thought that's what you did. I thought you said their name.
Well, if they're nearby, yes, but when dogs call from further, they use different howls and different barks to mean different things.
Oh, okay. Well, you know all about that kind of stuff, so I'll bet you're going to do a great job.
For this one, of course. I think I can, in this case, give a little whistle. So one of my special abilities, and I'll just summon some local animals and tell them to, if they find a chocolate lab, to lure it back into the town so that we don't have to search ourselves.
Yeah, sure. So it's not on your character sheet, but I need you to roll me a d6.
Okay. I got a 6.
All right, so that is good. So with a 6, you see a number of squirrels. They still look like squirrels, kind of clamber out of holes and hideaways in the trees around you, and they chitter a little bit as they're looking down and go, hey, hold on, I need to do something other than my child voice for the squirrels. Hello, what's up? Hello.
Yes, hello, my friends. So we're looking for a chocolate lab. You probably had an encounter with it if you're around this village a lot. He's gone missing from our young friend here, who's talking incessantly, and he would like his friend to come back.
We are the squirrels of Tree Hollow. We are the squirrels here. We don't like the dog. He chases us. No, thank you. No dogs.
Well, yes, I understand, and I know it's a lot to ask, but I have a lot of nuts that I can offer as a trade for this. If you've outrun him before, I know you can do it again.
Ooh, we're open to trade. Sir, you said chocolate thing? There's a big chocolate thing that rides on a big white chocolate thing, and it doesn't like anyone approaching the tower over there.
That is good information. No, this is probably the chocolate thing I'm talking about is probably about the size of the boy. Yeah, we're not quite done yet, though. That's the wrong chocolate thing. I'm sorry.
We disagree with you.
Okay, that's okay. We can still make a trade if you find me the right chocolate thing.
Half up front.
Very well. And she'll give away half of her trade.
The squirrels take it. Roll me a we'll call this grace. Just give me an idea.
A 16.
Oh,
and I have a 13 in my grace, so I failed.
So the squirrels take half of their given food, and you see them scamper off, and you hope that they are doing the job that you assigned to them.
Oh, one quick question. Was the D6 for the number of squirrels that came?
No, that is something that you will eventually find out about when you roll the right number.
Okay, then I need to roll another one since I need to see if I get my gift dice or if it goes away.
Yes.
I rolled another 6, so I lost it.
Oh, dear. And sorry, Melissa, you had a question?
Yeah, I just want to see how this works. So with one of the uses for a heart dice is that you can...
Yes. So as a reaction... You can roll the D4 and lower Derek's roll. So he rolled a 16. So you know that if you roll a 3 or 4, you could get him to pass his roll.
So I got a 50-50 shot at that. And I get 2 heart dice. So
as a healing voice, healing touch, you do get an extra gift dice or an extra heart dice. Sorry,
heart dice. Okay, so I'm going to give it a shot. Let's taking this out first. Twirl, so 50-50 shot, and I got a 3.
I like to imagine that Lagolla is massaging her temples, and you just put the reassuring hand on her shoulder of like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you think the squirrels
he takes
might
one of the little like berries off of her, like, here you go. I'll be okay.
Thank you.
We'll take those too.
Yes.
And the squirrel scampers off. The extra squirrel scampers off. All right. As you guys reach the edge of this path, you find yourselves looking at the village of Deer Hollow. You see sort of just ahead of you, right near the edge of the village itself, in fact, is a group of villagers that are gathered. There's one of them, sort of his back to you, a little bit rounder, that seems to be sort of directing with these wild hand gestures very passionately towards the smaller group of people. They are kind of dressed in jackets. They've got boots on. They look like they're ready to go kind of out and do something. And as you get closer, you realize that the man isn't fully human. And then as you get a closer glimpse of the people around him, you realize none of them are.
What are they, though, if they're not human? Are they gingerbread men and women?
So yes and no. So the one with his back to you, you can kind of, as you get closer to him, you can see kind of like it's almost like his flesh is flattening and becoming like edged around it. It's a very sort of weird visualization because you could tell he was quite a round fellow originally. And you can kind of see as he's moving his arms wildly, flakes of this bit of brown cookie, almost fully formed, seem to be sort of just sloshing off of him. And you can see kind of like just the back and the bottom of his hair seems to start to look like a little bits of icing that someone might use to draw on cookies. The other ones have a variety of things. You see the swirl of like a peppermint candy. You see someone with like almost a floral design, and it's like their head is becoming a round, large object and also flattening, but the rest of their body seems to be like really skinny. And then you do also see other people that also have the gumdrops that you saw in the bear. They aren't popping and pulsating quite as much. You see another person, a little bit of like, you can see almost the glossiness of caramel. But yes, they appear to be candy people.
Letty will turn to Roy.
Hey, are any of these your paw?
Yeah. That one right there. That one right in the back. Dad!
Hi.
Dad!
Hi, hello?
And
hi.
As Rory is yelling, the fellow who had his back to you kind of like turns around, who's becoming two-dimensional. And you can see like some of his facial features are starting to look like icing painted on a gingerbread cookie. Oh, Rory! And I was just getting ready for a search, but boy, where have you been? You are in so much trouble right now. And you'll see Rory go, I was saving these people. They needed help.
That's right. He called himself a badass.
He did. He says he was the biggest badass in the whole of Deer Hollow.
I know better than that. I didn't. And you see this rotund sort of man start to make his way towards you guys, and he just reaches out a hand and grasps Rory by the ear, and you can see him get a good wrench in there. He's like, "Boy, we talked about this. You cannot go out in the forest anymore. We are already in serious trouble. 2/3 of the villagers are already gone, and you think you can just wander around?" And you see him start to frog march Rory into the village somewhere.
Mr. Roy's paw. One second.
Sorry. Yes, thank you so much for saving my son. Come find me at the bakery. I am happy to discuss with you once I have him in his bedroom. Theo!
Our payment, yes, thank you.
Oh, no,
We'll
just...
talk about it. Theo Everson, the fellow, and you see him pointing towards a man with a little bit of an older look to him. And you realize his entire beard is turned into cotton candy. And his eyebrows and sort of some of his clothing, you can see it start to push out, like as if his chest hairs are suddenly growing and larger.
Nice.
And
A thick gold chain, open
and
shirt.
he's like, that's the Mr. Mayor, if you wouldn't mind, please. I have to deal with Rory for the moment. And you'll see. Oh, hello. Welcome to Deer Hollow. We're here. Happy to have you trapped in here with us.
Well, wait, what? We can't leave?
No, that is. If you hadn't noticed, we have your courier at the inn if you want to touch base with them, but at this time, no one can leave. You've already passed this sort of invisible marker, and
that little shit could have warned us, don't you think?
You probably already passed it before you met Rory. How far down was he?
But he is a little shit. You know that, right?
It is Rory, yes. He is a little shit. That is normal.
We were able to count to 450, if that tells you how far away we were.
No.
What an incredible memory. That is wonderful.
It was a tree a ways out.
The invisible line is usually where the Dark Chocolate Knight attacks you. If you try to leave, he will absolutely rip your spine out of your throat.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't do that to us, though.
Already.
Yes, he didn't attack us, I'm afraid, so...
Yeah, he attacked us, but then, some other things interfered, and we got away, so...
Yes.
One of them being Rory's dog.
Oh, you did find his dog. Where is it?
Well, find is sort of an interesting word.
The squirrels will bring him. Don't worry, the squirrels will bring him.
I'm sorry, the squirrels will bring him?
You will know it when you see it.
Sure. Yeah. All right, so you're sent here by somebody, what? So as he sort of questions you, you guys recall that there was a meeting between the kingdoms where they asked for volunteers who had courage and bravery to enter Deer Hollow, find out what the curse was, and try to fix it before it consumed the entire world. Essentially,
we have courage
it
and
was
bravery.
Spreading out, and you are the 4 that volunteered yourselves for this mission, because I said so.
Like I said, I was just kidding about him being a little shit that tricked us. We're here because we want to offer our services. We want to help. We see the awful things that have befallen your land, and we don't want to see it spread elsewhere. So we want to, what's the phrase? Nip it in the bud? Something like that.
Yes.
Oh dear. And Adelaide just sort of moves towards her face.
Bud, not bud. It's with a D. Don't mind her. She's a little deft.
She's a little flower of a berry growing back of the berry that she had given to
Oh, you already are cursed in some way, I see. I wonder how that will intermingle.
It's just how I help people. It's just how I help them heal.
Some would say it's a good berry.
Oh, well, I don't think this is the right game for that. I will say.
What if our curses combine with your curses and make a super curse?
Well, then I would hope that you would choose to do something else and go somewhere else, because we have enough problems as it is.
I'm sorry, it's too late. We've crossed the invisible barrier.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to Deer Hollow Adventures. 2/3 of our population have turned to candy so far, but those that remain are here hardy sorts, and we're doing what we can to try to preserve it. Pretty much everyone here is currently trying to sort of protect ourselves in the town hall, which you will see in the north part of our village. But here, come with me to the mayoral house. We will sit down, have a cup of tea, if we can get the water to work and not give us jello, and discuss what's been going on with Deer Hollow. I'm sure Rory gave you an earful of junk.
Well, he said he's the best and that there's no kids left. He's the only one.
That is true.
He said that the Black Knight ate everybody, and then Celine,
a little deceiving.
Celine, the god or something, a badass god, came and saved everyone with a beautiful singing voice.
Okay, so yes, follow me, and as you guys kind of walk, if you choose to, walk with him, he'll take you towards the mayoral manse, which you find is a large 2-story brick building that is situated on the edge of a hill, sort of overlooking the rest of the town. You see the town hall just right next to it on your way up is a smaller building, and you see sort of a large guard whose skin seems to be going yellow, and it has that sort of that pale white frosting, to be a very sour sort of coating on hard candies. He's kind of stationed in front of the door. You see he's got this rather large, swirly spear in one hand, and he sort of side-eyes you guys as you walk by. Not sure what's going on there, but he's definitely on guard as you guys head towards the mayoral manse. Please come in. My living room is just over here. Take a seat. I will see if I can get the water to run. And he'll kind of bustle about a little bit. He seems alone in this house. There's nobody else here. It's kind of weirdly quiet for such a large building. Before you hear sort of the steam going, and he comes back out with a pot of tea and several teacups. Okay, so yes, the children are gone. Rory is the last one. People that we have managed to save, once they have fully transformed into candy, if the rats don't get them, and the rats don't eat them, we have preserved them in the town hall. We've removed all of the trophies or rewards or anything that was there before and pulled in some glass cabinets from some of the houses that are now empty, emptied out the china from them, and we put the remains of our people there in hopes that they will become people again when the curse is lifted. Celine, yes, Celine was the guard captain. She convinced me to lend her the Malefic Mirror. The Malefic Mirror is a cursed object. It will answer one question truthfully, and then it will curse you. She looked into it, and she read a prophecy on how to lift the curse. However, after it was read, she turned into dust or ash or some sort of black material and disappeared. She did it in the town square.
Did she? Do you think some of her ash and such are still there? Like her dirt spread around? I have an affinity, you see, for communicating with certain elements of the earth. If there's anything left of her, if she is dust, it's possible I could.
She's really good at that. She's really good.
I would, if you can, sure. Celine was the bravest of us. She actually was the lead who stormed Dulcina's witch tower. I'll call it that for now. She rescued the children.
Oh.
And she is the one that struck the killing blow on Dulcina. Dulcina is the witch. She was here for decades and decades and decades, and she never bothered us. And then one day she shows up and starts taking the children. So we reacted and we killed her. And in her dying breath, she cursed us. And this is the curse that is affecting everything.
Oh, I see.
Do we know why?
Are you sure that it wasn't for no reason? You didn't forget her birthday or something like that? People don't just do something for no
You
reason.
let her hang out with Rory for a really long time or something?
She lived in that tower when I was a young man. a young boy even. She's been there for over 80 years, talking to no one. I don't think our missed birthday was the reason for it. But for Celine, with what she found, and he'll kind of like rummage through and then pull out a piece of paper. If you're truly interested in resolving this issue, this is the key that Celine sacrificed herself to find. And there's a little bit more to this, but for this curse breaking, and he'll start reading it, for this curse breaking to succeed, 3 different items you will need. The tail of the king of the Pixies' land, a ring of gold from the Earl King's hand, the final thing, not least but last, a treasure from the caster's past. Together dropped into the well, these items 3 will break the spell. But time is short, so move your feet, or you will find revenge is sweet. So, from what we can tell, we've been trying to resolve this for a year, and that doesn't make much sense to us. The well, we're pretty sure, is the well in the center of town. That one is easy for us. I can give you that. From what we can tell and the rapid nature of this spell, I think we have about 7 days left before the rest of the villagers are gone and the spell breaks through into the rest of the wide world instead of just small bits of it turning to candy. The confectionery curse, as we call it. The Pixies' land, nobody's seen the Pixies in like 60 years. Well, I say nobody. There is a woman in town. She deals with shoes. She's our cobbler. And she says she talks to Pixie, and I don't know if I believe her or not. The Earl King is the Fey Lord. Yeah. You could talk to the blacksmith Maya about it if you wanted. She hates the Fey, though. Blames them for her husband running off with another woman. I don't know. Anyway, whatever gets her through the night, whatever delusion. But nobody in town has any idea what treasure from the caster's past could mean. We haven't been able to figure anything out.
Grammatically, it's maybe the person who cast the curse. So the witch.
Well, yes, but we don't know what that item is. The other ones give an indication of what physically it might be. We're not sure what.
You might have done that if you had gone to her birthday.
Since Celine...
She's very sassy, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you should go to the witch's tower and celebrate her birthday with her dead ghost and see if that lifts the curse.
Well,
I'm sure you'll have a fun time.
Really be anything but dead? Sorry, sorry, I apologize.
As you should, young lady. I'm too old for this nonsense.
I agree.
Are you about
very
to
old.
retire?
Celine was the one that stormed the tower. She managed to get through. None of the rest of us can, and our remaining town guard is stuck at the town hall because if he leaves, the rest of our people aren't able to defend themselves, and all the rats come in and start literally eating us alive.
So have you trapped the rats? Is that something that you've tried to do?
There's more rats than you think. And there seems to be something hive mind about them.
Are they like small rats? Are they like, rodents of unusual size?
They're big for rats, but they're rat-sized. New York-sized rats.
Okay. So...
What?
Don't worry about it. It's another land, magical land, far away.
I once saw the Pixies
you never have
there.
to visit.
It was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Well, then if you have relations with them
ones.
already.
Yeah.
But the people of the town, you probably want to visit the inn where your courier is, talk to the guard. We have things that need to be done that we haven't been able to do. that the Rory's father, if you want to, is at the bakery. The blacksmith again, Maya, knows the Fae. The cobbler knows Fox. She knows the Pixies, apparently. Maybe she enjoyed going to the same concert. I don't know, but she says she knows them. And there's, if you help us, if you can do this, we will provide you free lodging at the inn. We call it the Laughing Goat Inn. Again, we haven't been able to get any messages out or anybody in, so
Wow.
I guess this is our last hurrah.
What was Rory's father's name? I think we missed that. He was quite happy to see
Rory
Rory
Senior.
and was worried.
Gerald. Gerald Foster is the baker. Yeah, he's a strong fellow. He's this confectionery curse has made nobody want any baked goods, and his business hasn't been doing very well. But he still makes really hearty bread, good for endurance if you need to fill up your rations. We do also have a standard general store. But yeah, if you have a way or any ideas to make people sort of happy, I know we're mostly not a lot of people left, but if you are able to make people bring a morale up, I will pay you for a morale boost. The others might have something else they're willing to trade. I will. When I say pay, I do mean. And he'll kind of like reach out and pull a giant-sized silver key. I mean, I will give you one of our TM town hall keys, which will allow you to forever remain in the inn.
Is that real silver?
Yes, actually it is. We had
That's
these custom made
pretty
by our
big.
blacksmith.
Can melt that
it's
down
about,
and repurpose it.
Maybe, well, I know, this is symbolic. You don't want to destroy a symbol.
Well, depends on the symbol, to be honest with you.
If you manage to come up with an idea to make people boost morale, I'm happy to give this to you. I'm sure everybody else has something that they're looking for. And of course, yes, if you manage to lift the curse, we will be eternally grateful and all the normal stuff. And hopefully our population will come back and out of candy. Stop,
Sure.
And he like pulls on his beard, and instead of doing the satisfying beard pull, it just actually pulls out. And he's like, oh, God damn it.
Does he eat it?
No, he throws it on the ground. You kind of look around and see there's like litterings of this cotton candy all over the place. And
That's
it
how you
immediately
get
like
rats.
fills in and grows. The rats are already here. Everybody is
Well,
kind of
ants
hiding
then.
out. I've given up on the rats. The rats, I don't
Okay.
know. But yes, if you go around town, talk to people, they'll have quests for you, if you will. Actions they can
Okay.
do. And I know people have good items that they're willing to trade for actions that you can do for them. So otherwise, yes, I'm sure you probably need information. That's all I really know right now. I've just been trying to keep everybody kind of going.
Sure, you've been doing you've been doing a job.
Yes, I've been doing a job. I know. I
Yeah.
understand I'm not doing it well.
Hey,
It was
rest
Rory.
assured.
Best you can under the circumstances. We all do the best we can.
I agree.
with what
It's
we have.
probably the best he can. That's true.
It's not often the whole world
I
is
feel like
cursed.
you're insulting me.
Me?
Yes,
No,
you.
I'm sorry.
Weird
Most of my
Young
friends
lady,
are
when you
rocks.
get to be my age, you will see how well a job you are able to do with your bones creaking as much as they do for me, and
Oh.
I'm turning into cotton candy.
She can be a bit stony-faced, but she means well.
Most of the time. I'm sorry. I'm not great with people. With rocks, much better. The jokes land.
I
There's
feel
a
like
rhythm
you'll
to
get
it.
along with Maya quite well, actually, unfortunately.
The blacksmith?
The blacksmith, yes.
Well,
Uh,
okay, bye.
She leaves.
All right, yes, I'll see you later. I'll tell Hannah to expect you at the inn.
this seems like a good time for me to jump in. We've just gotten 2 raids recently, so thank you, raiders from Quest Keep and Random Encounters Guild.
Hi, Lemke. Thanks for Quest Keep.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Where do you guys want to go first?
Yeah. So we have a map of the village. Notable places so far mentioned have been the inn, the potion keeper, the cobbler, the blacksmith, the baker and potion shop. Did I say that one? And the town hall.
Yeah. Well, our courier is at the town hall, right? And that's right next to the...
Your courier is at the inn.
At the inn? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go to the courier, you think? Since it's like specifically for us before we start like flanking and finding people? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works.
We go to the inn. And the whole and can I just clarify something, Kipster? The that like curse nursery rhyme thing, that's what they got from Celine, right? Before she went to dust.
So to clarify, what he was trying to say is that he apparently has a cursed object, or had a cursed object called the Malfic Mirror. He didn't explain anything about it. You guys can go back and ask him, or ask the town folks to see what gossip they might have about it. But he said it was a cursed item that Celine used to get the rhyme because it gives you a true answer but curses you at the same time. So she did it to figure out how to lift the confectionery curse, and then something bad happened and she seems to have turned into a pile of ash or black dirt or something unknown.
Yeah. So because Letty was thinking of maybe trying to see if he could find or she could find the dirt of her, but
yes, and he said it happened at the town square, which would be where the well is, which is also mentioned in the rhyme.
Okay, all right, just go talk to our courier.
All right. Yeah. So as you guys go sort of down the path towards the inn, you see a laughing goat sign that appears to be rusted and a bit swinging in the wind. But at one point in time, it was like a bright sort of pink color, and it looks like a jaunty goat is on it. But this inn is pretty small. You can tell that not a lot of people normally get in here. And as you kind of open it up, you get the smell that you would normally get in an inn, the smell of sort of alcohol. It's pretty clean and cozy. You get a little fireplace to the side with a small table and some like sort of low, comfortable looking sofas, a little round table with some chairs, and then a small bar on the side. And at the bar, you see a woman who is sort of got this curly orange hair pinned up, and her skin is striped. Does anybody think that their princesses might have had the courier coming from their sort of kingdom, or might interact with couriers regularly for any reason?
I think Jade Peak, like I've been envisioning Jade Peak as like up in the mountains and remote with not a whole lot of people, so definitely not Letty.
Okay, not Letty. Lagolla or Adelaide, either of you feel like you might be into courier business very much?
I would say because my fairy godmother speaks riddles on the wind and is connected to water, I feel like courier could go with that. So I'll go ahead and volunteer Adelaide for that.
All right, then we'll say that the woman in front of you, Constance Connie West, as you recognize her, is from Gentle Falls. Now, she is the courier that was sent to Deer Hollow that never made it home, which allowed you guys to figure out and pinpoint where the origin of the curse was. As
Connie,
all other couriers were able to come back.
It's so very good to see you.
Oh, hello, Adelaide. What are you doing here, my dear? Oh no, did the curse get you? Yeah, and you can kind of sort of smell this peppermint just wafting off her a little bit. Did my parents send you? I've been trying to get out, but every time I go out, the Dark Knight tries to get me. And I've been trying to, if you have any way of getting a message out. Did someone send you in?
Well, we're here because you never came home. So that's why we're here. but we didn't.
Oh,
We didn't realize that coming here meant that we would be stuck here. So now we're all in this thing together, it would seem.
and sort of you see that Connie had been excitedly like sort of pulling open a satchel and pulling out some letters, and sort of hearing you say that you're also stuck. You can just see the slouching of her shoulder and the disappointment. I was really hoping you might be able to get some letters out to my family. It's been a year since I've been stuck here in this town, in this area, and I just wanted to say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I meant to my family,
Hi.
but thank you very much. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're going to help, and I know that you all have been trying things for a year, and a year's a long time, and there's probably a lot of things that you've tried, but we've got 4 new heads to put to these problems, and you can't see one of them. He's in my bag. But
that's unusual.
He's just taking a nap.
It's in your bag. What have I been carrying around this whole time?
Oh, you appear to both have a bunch of sticks in them. I'm not really sure how that's your friend, but
Gallicrow? Gallicrow?
Nothing replies or creaks back at you.
Oh. Well,
Babe,
okay.
I could be wrong. I thought
I'm not.
maybe you have them. I thought I did. Maybe I just have a bunch of twigs. Well, we'll need to figure out which is which
Have to
before we
put
start a
him
bonfire
together.
with them.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Maybe you both have
there's
half
no
of them.
manual. Maybe. Okay.
I do see a leather. I think he had a diary that was titled IKEA. Maybe that will have instructions on how to put him back together.
Oh, it's just old pictures. What? How is this helpful? How?
And sort of as you guys start to have this conversation, as sort of a side door opens and a tall, sort of roundish woman comes out. She's kind of got this sort of glowing brown skin, and you realize there's little bits of like the sugary toppings you would see on cinnamon buns across her cheeks and nose, and her hair has the Leia buns as it has turned into literal cinnamon buns on the side of her head.
How you doing?
As Hannah Hawk has stepped into the property. Oh, hello. Are you all the new people that were coming in today? The mayor sent a messenger ahead of you, so I was just getting your rooms ready. They're just up the stairs back there. You should each have your own little bedrooms, but it's a tiny little thing, but my inn's not too big. Can I get you guys a drink and maybe a little bit of a meal? Not everything's turned to candy, so I should be able to get some savory flavors in there.
Yes, that would be lovely. There are 4 of us. Do we have 4 rooms?
Yeah, certainly. 4. Sorry, I did only hear about 3.
I'm still working on them. I don't know if this is a branch or if this is his leg. It's just, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness.
Sure. Let me see what I can do. I think I can get a closet for your pile of sticks.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, I think he's gonna want a bed. I'm sure. It's just he usually does this himself, but he got really, really wasted last night. So I just, yeah, we were in a tree and there was some weird mushrooms, and it was a weird night, is what it was.
It's kind of funny how often the weird mushrooms come up whenever someone's missing.
It's weird. It's really curious, isn't it? It's just
it really is. I think that
mushrooms.
happened to me one time as well.
I don't know what it could possibly be.
I'm not sure at all.
Creativity, maybe. Imagination running out of gas. Who knows?
Sorry, Melissa. I just ran over you. Please.
Sometimes it's really big chicken legs or turkey legs.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do have turkey and chicken if you'd like some legs.
You know what? I think trying to get in something that is savory would probably be good, because I usually like the smell of sweets, but I think I would like to eat something very much not sweet at the moment.
Yeah, you're finding that pretty common in this village. poor Baker. Gerald's just been suffering in his business. And she'll kind of like wander past you guys and just like pat Connie on the shoulder, go, it's all right. I guess your friends are I assume that one of these, or at least your friend that come looking for you. Glad that, okay, that one right there, maybe.
We all did.
Oh, you all did? Well, Connie's been hoping to get letters out because her family hasn't heard anything in so long. But here, let me go and she'll kind of hustle towards the door that she'd come out of. Let me go get into the kitchen and get you some things. I'll get some drinks going afterwards. And your rooms will be ready for you, all 4 of you, by nightfall.
What's the floor made of here?
This is just wood. This is a wooden sort of inn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a warm brown cedar, maybe.
Very nice. Is that a stone hearth?
Yes.
Okay, I want to go and sit by that to warm up.
I should go say hi.
Lady, so are the hearths, are the stones in the hearth, are they employed or are they just there against their will?
No, normally, they don't mind because they stay out of the weather and such, and they get to hear all sorts of fancy stories from folks coming and going. So, let me go say hi, and maybe I'll introduce you.
That sounds lovely.
Lady wants to go talk to the stone hearth.
All right, you can go talk. Adelaide, you are the only one that only talks to normal people.
Normal? Wow.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I said it.
That's so cruel.
There you go. I did
Our
say that.
powerful voice is so judgmental.
I know, right? All right, so Letty, as you kind of go towards the stone hearth, you do sort of hear the crunching of the voice of stones responding to you. It's slow, and sometimes you have to stand there for 5-10 minutes before a word comes out.
She's very
as
patient.
Rock doesn't move quickly. Lady Lagolla just shakes her head behind you, judging you because the animals talk real quick.
She's just sipping her tea like, I'm going to fall asleep.
Don't be rude. You're interrupting them.
Hello.
Go on. Hello. Hi. My name is Letty. What's yours?
I haven't thought of that.
Okay. That's fine.
Maybe Granite.
Granite. Well, Granite, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm so pleased that you haven't turned into candy and been cursed like all of the other living things here.
I've heard some rocks have turned into something called pop rocks.
What? What kind of abomination? What?
And
No,
fallen apart,
no.
holding structure.
What's a rock that can't hold structure? What's a rock that
Rock.
that pops? Oh, it's worse than we thought, Lagolla. It's worse than we thought. It's not just these terrible people that are turning into candy, but it's the rocks themselves. The whole place. The rocks.
The rocks, the water,
Yes.
the sunlight, the moonlight.
Darling, it's been 30 minutes. What about the rocks?
Oh, Lagolla, granted, Lagolla. Don't worry, you get used to it. I know.
Hello.
They say hello.
Oh. Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Is there anything? We're here to help. I promise you. You're not going to turn into a pop rocks. You're gonna be granite until someone burns this place down, and then you're gonna see sky again. Don't worry, it'll probably happen. I've met some of the people here. The point is, well, we're here to help. We're here to help. Okay.
We don't want to melt.
I know. It won't happen. I promise. No, no one wants to pop. Who wants to pop? Popping? Silly. That's ridiculous. We're not children. We don't pop. But not that children pop. Okay, I'm getting flustered. Okay. Whew.
And as it has been like 30 minutes, you do hear bustling as Hannah comes back in. She's got sort of laden plates. I wasn't sure if you wanted 4 plates or 3 plates, so I did 4 plates. Does your friend eat?
Oh, that's most lovely.
Yes.
We would have to finish putting him back together, but
Just
then
dump it on him. It'll
believe
find its
he would-
way in.
Do you have like a pot of stew? I could just like use one of his legs to stir that osmosis, maybe.
I'm afraid I made chicken legs for y'all and some mashed potatoes and a good variety of our current vegetables. Can be
Oh, really
had.
delicious. Thank you.
Any gravy?
Yeah, sure. I can whip up a little bit.
Just
and she'll just
pour it over him.
she'll grab I wasn't sure that you wanted to do it that way, but sure.
Oh,
if
it's
you
how
like.
he likes it best that way.
Well, we'll have
Poor
to see
Aaron.
what he says next week when he comes back and if he'll heats you up or not. I'm gonna leave that to you. But
He's
here,
gonna be-
please sit. And she'll
gonna
sort of
be,
motion at the circular table where she'll lay out the 4 plates of food, kind of weirdly side-eyeing. And Connie will go, it's all right. I got the drinks. And she'll grab like reach her hand up underneath the bar and pull like 4 bottles of stuff. I got you. Beer's all right?
Yes, it's so good, and our
Yes.
friend will tell us later if either he is no longer hungry, or if his arm is just all sticky from gravy. We'll figure that out later.
All right,
Okay,
well, I'll
okay.
leave you to tell that to him. I don't really fancy talking to a bundle of sticks. But here, hopefully that turned into some soda. Or pop, if you prefer. If you're American.
Beer
Oh,
was
God.
beer is definitely the better option of those two for sure. For sure.
Don't talk about popping. No, I can't.
Darling, it's okay. The beer will help you forget.
I know, but the bubbles in it pop, so it just reminds me further what's going to happen. We can't waste time with food. We need to go solve this problem now.
You
I
must keep
do
your
hope-
strength up.
I do hope you do manage to solve it, because we're on day 1, right? And the mayor keeps saying we only have a week left, considering his calculations, which means we only got 6 days. It's the morning right now, and welcome to the village and all. But yeah, I think you ought to get to it. It's hardly time for rest.
You're absolutely right. So we've got a few leads. The mayor told us a couple places to go. We could. What?
I just can I talk to Adelaide for a little bit before you
Oh.
sort of make a plan here? And she'll kind of like
What the-
pull Adelaide. Yeah, you can keep talking to the rocks. You're lovely, I'm sure, but I just met
I'm
you.
just saying, we're trying to save everybody, but now you go and have your little conversation.
I am. Adelaide, if you happen to on your travels, make it out of here or find a way to do it. I haven't made it past the dark night, but if you can, and she'll kind of like hand you a pile of letters, and it's clear that these have been written over the years. Some of them are crumpled and a little bit worn on the edges and aged, where other ones are like crisp and new. If you get a chance, if you find a way and can get them out, if you let me know and you do it, I'll give you the boots off my feet. They're magical. They'll help you out.
Oh, Connie,
I just need to say hi to my family.
You're gonna mail those letters. We're gonna solve this problem, and
I've already
you're
been
gonna mail the
cursed. You're
letters.
still you. I don't have that much time left.
But we're going to figure this out. We're going to lift the curse, and you're going to be able to mail the letters yourself.
Okay, well, it'd do my heart good if you could just hold on to them so I know that they're with somebody.
Of course, yes. And now that Letty has all of the sticks of our friend, I have space in my bag for the.
Oh, I appreciate it so much. So you can add Connie letters. There's 0 weight to those. Just in your inventory, as she kind of like almost forcibly pushes this pile of maybe 10 letters into your hands. I'll be here if you need anything. I can try to help. I'm not much of a fighter, but I make it here. I'm fast, so I can maybe get some info for you or something. Or talk to people. Anything. haven't been useful. I can't do anything here. My job, I can't make it out. I need you to do it.
You could do though is you could write another letter, and as we try to figure things out, you can keep adding to that letter, and that would be how you can help us.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate it so much, Adelaide. And she holds up an arm, and you see just like this striped hard candy arm. I don't know how much time I've got left, right? Some of the town folks, like someone you talk to today might not be here tomorrow. It's just not that long left.
It's very worrying. I'm so very glad that I got to see you again, and I'm very hopeful that we're going to figure this out.
And if we don't, in a week, it'll be all over.
Lagolla, I didn't even see. And Adelaide was just like gnawing on like a chicken leg, and she's just gonna like kind of stuff it in Lagolla's face. Like, here you
go. Feel free to do let's say, resolve against a grace if you would like, to see if you can get that in his mouth. Resolve for Adelaide, grace for Lagolla.
Well, I rolled a 1. Good luck.
Oh,
I rolled a 2. I thought.
Oh no! Oh wow!
My dear, I'm sorry, but I'm a vegetarian.
All right. So Connie like sort of withdraws and gives you guys space. And yeah, so you have rooms now at the inn. You've got a little bit of information. Before you go, dears, and Hannah will come up with her little cinnamon bun head bobbling. I know Connie probably just gave you some information, but I just wanted to let you know, I tend to be a bit of a gossip. So if you do want to hear anything from around town, I can definitely tell you things. But so if you want to talk to me before you go to bed at night and ask questions, I'll be here all the time. If you just give me a little bit, about the gossip of what's happening around town, I would appreciate as an exchange. And I do happen to be out of the wakey potion, which you need for a hangover cure. If you happen to go to the potion shop and pick some up for me, I can give you another round for free on the house, and she'll point towards the back of the bar. I did manage to acquire this, and as you look up, it's this beautiful made sort of gold trimmed masquerade mask. I don't know what it does, but that's yours if you manage to get me enough of the wakey potion for the hangovers, so I can keep getting patrons drunk, because as your Lady Lagolla, a lovely lady that she is, has put it, the world is ending for us. So we got a lot of business going on here.
Kipser, I have alchemy. Could I roll a check to see if I would know how to make a wakey potion?
Ooh, yeah, sure.
Or at least the ingredients. Maybe I don't know how to do it, but yeah.
Oh, you totally. Give me I'm going to say this is probably wits. Give me advantage because you have alchemy for it. Cool. And this isn't an uncommon potion. This is pretty.
Just a bunch of jalapenos like juiced into a glass of water.
It's just coffee. Like, that's probably all it is. Just coffee. That's it. That's a 5, so it's a success.
Okay, great. So the wakey potion is a smoky and salty potion that tastes a bit like bacon. It ends magical slumber or hangovers, and it requires thundering needles, specifically is the hard ingredient to find for it.
Okay, cool.
And she'll go, now, if you happen to get it, or if you need it, like I know that our lovely potion shop has been out of it for a little while. There's a foraging area, about a day's walk out. And I did hear there's some weirdness going on around there. So, and she'll like lean in close as if she's about to tell you a secret. Now, listen to me. There's a rainbow mushroom circle with a big stone in the center of it that suddenly cropped up the other day and magically appeared, apparently. So if you do happen to head out to that foraging area, don't forget to check that shit out. And say hi to Roxy if you happen to go to the potion shop. She usually does the wakey, but like I said, she's out of it. So if you happen to find more or make more or get her to make more, get me that potion so I can help with those hangovers and keep my business going.
Roxy.
Right. I just realized that would have been the perfect name for my princess, is Princess Roxy. So I don't even want to quit.
Well, let me tell you, if some of your characters die, some of these people might be up as your replacements.
Okay.
Letty just
excited.
walks.
I just throw myself in the stone hearth.
Yeah.
Real quick, if I can jump in, welcome Raiders from Phoenix, Iwaki. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Welcome Raiders.
Welcome to session 1 of Perils and Princesses. We are just meeting all the townsfolk and getting all the quests right now.
I have so many. My quest log is almost full.
You're
exclamation points
like
everywhere.
This is where you just hit save game and you just go and watch TV. You're like, this is too much.
You don't have to do everything.
I'll do it tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
What time of day is it, by the way?
So it is fairly early in the day. You guys kind of woke up. You dealt with the bear really quickly. And then it wasn't too long of a walk, maybe an hour to get to Deer Hollow. And you've just started to talk to people. So let's say 10 a.m. so far.
Okay. Should we start talking to some of these folks the mayor told us to talk to? See if we can get to the bottom of this curse?
My belly is very full with all of the mashed potatoes and chicken legs and all of that. So I think
probably should have given you guys breakfast instead of dinner.
That's a lot of food. You're probably going to get really tired in a minute. But
just so worried about Connie. She was so very sad and resigned. I can't imagine already being here for a year and thinking you only have 7 days left. I'm worried about her. She's very, very sad. And
they say that acceptance is the last stage, so it could be
Don't
peace.
say that. That's not helpful. That's not. I wanted her to be, but maybe. Well, I guess if that keeps her calmer, then I guess it's not about me. I guess it's about her.
Well,
okay.
If we solve the curse problem, then we solve the Connie problem. So let's just solve the curse problem. We save the stones. We save your friend Connie, and the rest of them survive. That's fine too. But if we just start there, then
Yes, that'll work. One of the things I rolled for Adelaide is secretly deep down she fears she's not enough.
so that maybe hit pretty hard.
Yeah. So she's like, I tried to cheer her up, and I couldn't cheer her up. And okay.
I've not been playing to mine. It just looks like I haven't been playing to mine. I have to change
about halfway through, I pulled it up because I was
forgot.
Oh, right.
I forgot about the traits. I totally forgot about the traits.
As we review the character sheets we made last week. All right, so you guys have now visited the inn, confirmed your room and board. You've gone to the mayoral manse. You do still have the town hall if you want to talk to the guards there and talk about maybe the rats. You do still have the potion shop apparently. Again, cobbler, blacksmith, and the general store if you need to buy anything.
Do you guys have any thoughts on where you would want to go first?
I think we were talking about what shoes we were wearing, so that put cobbler on my brain, but not for
But Letty also.
I could talk about the pixies. If we go to the cobbler.
But you also wanted to talk with the blacksmith Maya because the mayor said you'd get along with them really well.
We'd get along. That's true. Those are both good options. Talk about the pixies all day. I love their work. Very eclectic.
That might pick my spirits up a little bit. So why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Where is your mind, Letty?
Oh, here she goes. The obvious one. Okay. Everybody knows that pixie song.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are feeling, the cobbler, I got distracted by my, sure. So as you guys kind of circumvent around the town, you do actually probably at this point cross in front of the town square, and you get a nice look at the well there, which you realize is sort of this almost picturesque stone well with this perfectly balanced bucket in it's right out of any storybook you would have been read as young princesses before bed. as you work your way over to the cobbler. And you kind of just see Odessa cobbling across the outside of this building. It's sort of just this small shop with an unusual, like there's a lot of, this person works a lot. There's shoes everywhere of all types. She's got glitter 90s shoes in all sorts of rainbow colors. She's got like those nice little ankle boots with a little heel on them and the little tiny like flowers around the top of the ankle. She's got full hiking boot range. Yeah, anything and everything. Like it's a lot for one person to have done kind of situation.
That's we kind of knock. Hello?
Welcome to Odessa Fox Cobblers. I am here to help you find any footwear that will make it feel like you're walking on cloud nine for the rest of your life. What are we looking for today?
Oh, we came to talk to you, actually, Odessa?
Yes, that's me. You talk about shoes? I've got you like the 90s style? I've got them in different colors. I'll give you a discount on it.
Hi. Everyone's going to die in like 6 days. Can we cut to the chase and talk about the pixies?
And sort of you see her mood drop. Now, this woman, you can kind of see as it looks like her cheeks are actually kind of starting to fall off as if she's turning granular. Whatever kind of candy she's turning into doesn't hold its form. You don't think it's Pop Rocks, but it might spark a little bit. If you've ever gotten that candy coal Christmas sort of stocking joke that parents like to give you, it's kind of that same like granular hard candy.
I never got that. I did get a brick for Christmas once, so that was fun.
Well, a brick if it was made out of candy.
It wasn't made out of candy. It came
no,
out of
I understood that. I said if it was, that's what her skin looks like. And you can kind of see her like she's literally falling apart, essentially. And she's like, oh, what a downer. All right, fine. Yeah. Sure. I get the pixies, listen to the jam all the time. They like to come in here and we just hit the shoes, do everything we can. It's just a way to keep people happy and going, right?
Do they still come here? I thought like no one's heard from them in a while or something.
Oh, they don't like humans anymore since there was that witch in the tower over there. I think she like visited them and ruined humans for them like 60, 80 years ago or something like this.
The one that's the one that like everyone, turned
doesn't
on and
like,
everything.
yeah.
The witch. Yeah.
I'm not as good about paying attention to any of that stuff, but I can tell you about pixies. So like pixies and the fae, right? People think they're the same thing. They're similar, they say, but they're totally separate things. Like the fae are tall and they've got essentially eternal lifespans, and pixies, they're so much better. They're just like, they're little tiny guys with bug wings. So who couldn't
Pixies
love them?
tiny.
And they got the round ears, and the fae all have the tall
gigantic.
ears. I know, right? And like it's totally different. And people need to like stop confusing them and their magic as if it's the same.
Do they help you make the shoes?
Yeah. Like so we just jam on the shoes together and just hit the hammers and just it all comes out.
You put jam on the shoes? Isn't that going to attract the rats?
Oh, no,
Is that what keeps the
no.
leather so supple?
Oh.
Yeah. It's a secret ingredient, totally. But yeah.
So do you have
witch.
like a portal or a gateway to where they're at, or how do they come to help you?
Oh, you know what? I'm like totally not sure how they come in here, but they'll just like show up at night and then they'll wake me up and I just like come out and we just have a cool time, But the thing that is, okay, so yeah. The fairies, they don't like humans. They haven't visited here in a while. They like me because I'm like super rad. So if you're cool, they're cool, you know? They also prefer you if you're tiny. So they've got, here's the thing. The pixies, they're actually way out there. There's like this misty spot about a day's walk out, and you can't get through the mist if you're our height. That's why they come visit me. So you have to get small to go visit the pixies. So...
Okay. Are the pixies affected by the curse?
The ones that visited me don't seem to be, so I don't know. Don't seem. A few of them have visited me this year, though, so it's like been totally bummer, especially with everybody. And she'll like wave a hand at herself and her turning into candy.
Do you think they'll come visit you sometime in the next couple of days?
I haven't seen them in like a month, dude, so like it could be a while.
Oh.
Does the word talus mean anything?
Nah.
So when you say short, like we could just crawl along the ground? Short,
No,
or,
you like literally have to be like 5 inches tall. Like your whole body is. The mists are magical, so that's their barrier to keep like randos out. So they just like made a magical mist because of Dulcina, the witch.
Is there like a magical way to make yourself 5 inches tall? If you
like
start out more like
the potion
I'm a cobbler.
seller?
I don't really deal with magic. We just make shoes, like awesome shoes.
Can
And
Letty make another one of
Letty-
those roll checks to see if she knows of a shrinking potion?
Sure. If you want to see if Odessa knows, you can give me. We'll give it a grace because it's just like a social awareness thing. A straight roll.
Sorry, I wasn't sure what's this a roll for.
Oh, you said you wanted
Letty
to.
knows, or if Odessa
I want to
knows?
know if Letty's an alchemy. Letty's got
alchemy.
alchemy knowledge.
Oh, sorry, I
wondering if
was
she
thinking you
knew
were
of such a
reading
thing.
her. Yeah, then alchemy would be wits, and you have advantage because alchemy. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, another 5. I've been rolling on 5s. 5.
100%. There is a shrinking potion that would be good for the right size. It would. It's hard to make. It is something that takes a while to make, and you can't just whip it up.
Okay.
But it does exist.
Okay, cool.
Well, I could try to see if the alchemist here knows how to make a shrinking potion. Like, I don't have all my things on me, so I don't know if I could do it, but maybe if there's a professional here, which I know we haven't met one yet, but if we meet one, maybe they would know how to make the potion, and then we could get small, not gigantic.
Yeah. So we need a potion to make us small, and we need a potion to help people feel better after they drink too much.
Well, that was like to wake up or something. That seems less essential than this one. I don't know.
True.
I think if we gave her a bunch of potions, she would give us that gold mask. So there's
that's right.
Treasure's
That's right.
nice and all, but so's not being cursed and dying. So that's a priority for me.
That
You just
makes
said treasure.
sense.
I wonder if maybe that mask is the treasure of the thing that we have to get. I wonder.
Well, it's not in her tower, so I don't know if that's possible.
Are you saying Hannah Hawk's the witch in disguise?
That
but I
would
was
be
thinking
quite the
that-
twist.
Maybe the
As
mask-
you guys have this discussion while walking to the potion shops, as we are low on time. So the potion
We're
shop,
walking and
as
talking? Wow.
you're
Yeah,
walking and talking,
Total
we're
West
moving the
Wing moment
scene.
here. Walking
Yeah.
We get lost.
That camera just like follows you, and you've got locked in frame as it pans around the corner, and you take that corner sharply right there. Perfect shot. So yes, as you get to the potion shop, it smells. You can from the outside of dried herbs, and just like that acidic scent that you would sometimes get with like a strong medicine smell. But you have the feeling like it isn't as strong as it should be. Like you're remembering in your kingdoms and the potion shops, they would have been absolutely overwhelming with the smell, like walking into a Lush store, like the soap store. So as you kind of push open, you realize that a lot of the shelves are nearly empty. You do see some potions already there. And then you do see sort of a young woman. Her hair is starting to turn pink and has like this frosted curl all the way up and around. And you see little pink sprinkles kind of across her nose and cheeks. And even though she has this sort of cute appearance, you can tell like there's bags under her eyes as if she's been staying up late. Her eyes are a little bit red rimmed from crying too much. And she is probably young, maybe early 20s at this point in time, young to be by herself in a potion shop, like as the main person. Hi, I'm here. My name is Roxy. I are you guys the new travelers that I've heard the gossip already? You guys are like wildfire going through the town right now. Welcome to my potion shop. It's my family shop, but I'm the only one that's not candy. Yay, or a cupcake. We've been turning into cupcakes. That's the hair.
Oh, well, that's new.
It's
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I do have some potions. Do you guys need potions for your adventure? I sell them.
Shrinking potions. We need shrinking potions.
Okay. I do have a shrinking potion. I do. But it's like it's one my parents made, so I can't really do it again very easily. And I need someone. I'll give it to you for free, but I've been working on this every night, and you can sort of just see the exhaustion in her face. I need someone to volunteer. I've been working on a cure. It's experimental. I don't know if I can make more of it, but if someone can see if it works to prove it,
Rory
maybe I
would
can
love
write
to do
it down and we can send it out and
Oh.
people in the other kingdoms can make it.
I'm delightful to hear that someone's working on a solution to the problem. I'd be happy to test it, even independent of the gift, but I'll take the gift as well. Absolutely.
Oh, thanks. I've just been all of my hours and everything. After Celine, they say she turned into like black mist, but like I swear there was something else going on that like she got bigger or something right before she disappeared. Like there was something else. I don't think
She got gigantic?
Yeah, like she grew suddenly. It was really weird. Like I was down there and I was really close to her because she's my sister. She's my older sister, and I want her home. But and then my parents turned into cupcakes, and I've been all alone. And yeah. So yes, nice to meet you. I'm Roxy, and she'll like hold out her hands to try to take and shake yours, Letty.
Oh God!
It's covered in like, it's like her hand is basically like rock on one side and like her palm is clean, but the back of her hand
Well,
is
she
just
grasps
like
one of them in two of her hands, and you kind of like feel candy coming off. She's sorry, no touching. Okay. Here, and she'll like you hear the rattling as the apron she's wearing has a bunch of little potions in it, and they clink together before she pulls it out. Okay, I've spent like a month making this. Nobody else in the village was willing to try it because one of my other potions did turn somebody into candy right away. But I think I got it this time. If you try it. And then she goes and she reaches under the cupboard and under the sort of the front desk, and she pulls out, hidden from view before, a round, classically shaped potion. It's got enough doses for 4 people plus a D4.
Wow.
I don't understand what that means. And it lasts for 24 hours a sip.
Oh, well. So, what, Adelaide, do you think Constance would be willing to test it out?
Oh, Connie, maybe, Roxy, did you ask if Connie would be willing?
Yeah, she said no.
Well, what if you ask, Adelaide?
it seems like because we don't immediately yet have effects of the curse, so having someone take it that does have effects of the curse would tell
Like
you
Connie.
faster if it worked or not. Like Connie, that's right. Because if
but-
Letty takes
okay,
it, we wouldn't know right away if it works.
So it won't, because it's like it's immunity. If she's already infected, it won't. It might just be bad. But
It's
if
like
you
a
don't,
vaccine.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
So if you're
I
not
see.
like infected with the candy curse, then
I'll
it
try
could make
it
you
then.
immune. Okay,
That's
thank
fine.
you.
I don't mind.
Thank you.
Okay, can
All
I have
right.
my shrinking potion now?
Yeah.
That was really
Jeff,
brave, Letty.
Jeff, evens or odds?
I have my backup character ready to go.
Yeah, you do. Even or odds?
I'll take odds.
Odds.
Oh.
All right. So as you drink this potion, we got evens, by the way.
Very courageous.
I know. Unfortunately, you feel it sort of coursing into your throat, and something starts to harden in there. As you have level 1 of the confectionery curse, I need you to roll me a d6, and I will tell you what you got.
Oh gosh.
4.
A 4. You are cursed with saltwater taffy.
Oh God. Ugh. Okay.
Jeez.
So here, I'm just going to
That
show this
sucks.
to you. I'll show both pages to you guys now that someone has been cursed. So you'll see on Candy Curse page 2, number 4 is saltwater taffy. And
Got
at
it.
level 1, parts of your skin are brightly colored. You smell sweet and fruity and always have a salty taste in your lips. As she like, oh no, as you start to grow, what kind of saltwater taffy color do you think you would become?
I would say, I mean, everything for me is like either gray or jade. So we'll say like a jade coloring, like a aquamarine-ish kind of color, greenish blue.
What was the gray saltwater taffy flavor? Anyway, you see that your skin is actually soft for the first time in your life, as you realize you've got level 1 of the confectionery curse. And I will talk a little bit about what that will mean for you. But as you go through, and each sort of fight that you get into, you have the potential of going further down the list. And when you hit a level 3 of the confectionery curse, you are fully transformed into candy. And it's time for a new character.
Gotcha. Reminds me of that. What is it we did? And
the Frontier Scum table.
Frontier Scum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, Letty, they say a rolling stone gathers no moss, but you are looking a little mossy.
Oh, right. That's real funny. That's great. I'm trying to make sure that we solve this problem, and it's better if I drink it and something happens to me than any of you. So I've tested it. I'm sorry, Roxy.
Sad that something happened to you, though.
I'll be fine.
I won't have time to try to make a new one. I'm just a failure.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a scientist. You're an alchemist. It's all about trial and error. This was admittedly an error, but the trial should continue.
Okay.
You learned something.
I can do it. I can help. So yes. Okay. I've got here, and she'll like roll me a d4, Jeff.
Okay. I'm drinking more potions. What if not for?
So you actually get a shrinking potion with 8 doses to use.
Yeah, we're
just got max dosage. Yeah,
we're gonna double dose. We gonna double dose this? Are we gonna go like
possibly? So each dose is 1 dose per person, and each dose lasts for 24 hours. So it's a full day you're committing when you drink that.
Smallness.
Right on. Let's do it.
Okay, and I am actually good at potions. I've studied really hard, and my dad and my mom have taught me like really well. And I know Celine went to become a town guard, and she's like the best at that. But I'm really good at potions, and I can make anything, and I can sell anything that I have the material for to you. So I've got common health potions for 50 SP. Letty, if you need any, 40 SP just for you. And I've got liquid courage if you need that. Here. And she'll kind of like hand you a menu of sort of different potions that she can make. I wrote it all out.
Do you by chance have some extra doses of wakey potion? We could really use some of that.
I know Hannah's been bothering me for like all month for it, but I'm out of the Thundering Nettle, and I can't. If I leave, I'm scared I'm gonna get attacked by the night, and it's a day's walk just to get to the foraging area. Yeah.
Well,
It's quite all right.
If we go nearby, we'll try to get you some. Don't worry. But we need you working, continuing, studying. Okay. Look at the formula, see where things might have gone wrong.
I've heard that sample sizes should be in the tens of thousands to be generalizable. I think you're off with a strong start with 2.
Don't listen to her. She's insane. No,
there's
truly,
not a lot of people
she's
left.
An escaped patient. It's quite awful.
All right. So at this point in time, you have talked to half of the remaining town folks already. There's not a lot of people left in this town, but you have already managed to acquire the shrinking potion, which you know from Odessa you will need to visit the pixies, which you also now know the location of being the Misty on the sort of like the northeast section of the map. Or northwest, sorry.
Cool.
I'm looking at it reversed. All right, and for that, we are going to call it for tonight. Jeff, what else are we doing at the Lollygaggers? I think we're just taking a break.
Yeah, we are actually. So let's see. Normally, Aaron, if he was here, he would tell you to go check out Garblag Games. So I will tell you to go check out Garblag Games. They are friends of ours. They run games. If you're a North Americanite, whatever the hell we are, then they do it kind of during the day because they're mostly Euro folks, UK folks. But go check them out. They have a lot of cool games going on right now. I should also mention our own dear Steven, who was formerly of the Tuesday group until he ditches. But he made his own game called Huckleberry, and it's pretty awesome. It is a Weird West sort of cinematic action style, a horror game. We've played it here on the channel. It's very, very fun. New adventure. It just came out last week that I wrote. So that's out there somewhere. So you can grab it at like ttrpg and stuff. And then he's got a bunch more stuff coming out soon. I don't know when. Soon. I know he's very excited. So check out huckleberryrpg.com. As for our streaming schedule, yeah, we're off for the rest of the week. Normally we stream on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, but not this week. We will be back on Monday with more Otherscape. Tuesday next week with more Perils and Princesses, and back to our regular scheduled programming with things like Swords of the Serpentine and Dragonbane. We got Magnus Archives coming in February. We've got Han Cluster for Savage Worlds coming in February as well. So lots of stuff coming down the pike. But that's it. Melissa, you want to shout out the raids one more time?
Yes. So we had Random Encounters Guild and Quest Keep and Phoenix Ewaki.
Very nice. You did that way faster than I thought you would because I needed to queue up a raid.
Sorry.
That's all right. No,
Delay.
All right. So, let's see who we got. We're going to rate. Happy Jacks RPG. They're playing Mouse Ritter. That's a fun game. So let's go ahead and give them a raid. Yeah, that's it. If you're watching this later on YouTube, or if you listen to this later, thank you for watching then. But we'll see y'all later. Follow the raid. Bye-bye.
Good games.
Bye.